Hi, this is Zach. I'm the editor, compositor, and director of Megan in Vegas. If you've been sent this video, that most likely means that you're part of the development of the animation pipeline. In addition to matching our target aesthetic for the show, the goal is to create a system that would allow us to keep our team small, execute episodes faster, and allow for improvisation even in later stages of production. To demonstrate what we have so far, I'm going to use the Sonic sprites. All that I've done is taken a sprite sheet that I found online, extracted each position into frames, and sequenced them into a loopable animation asset. The assets that we create for Megan in Vegas should function in pretty much the same way. So here's all the positions necessary for the run cycle. It's the speed cycle, the brake cycle, and so on. The rating system that I've designed so far is based off of the South Park system. Every possible perspective and action of a character is composited and animated simultaneously by attaching them to a common null, and parenting their opacity to a switchboard that I've constructed. So you can see all of the actions we just saw are here. You can play them all at the same time. You can move them around. As we scale up and more actions are added to a character, the switchboard will also toggle whole libraries of assets, all of which will follow common null. Just for the sake of demonstration, I'm gonna do a run straight across the screen using all the assets I've got here. This makes it so that the compositor won't have to animate individual layers or ingest new assets for every scene. Everything you need will be mostly accessed from the switchboard. New functions will be added later, especially once we have some lip sync material. The lip sync system utilizes a series of tracked nulls that I may describe some other time. The workflow that I've designed so far goes as follows. The storyboard is generated from the script. From that storyboard, an animatic is made and edited into a timeline. From that animatic, we'll know what assets are needed, including character actions, props, and background elements. First, we check the asset library to see what sprites have already been created. If we already have something, then the compositor will enable those assets and begin animation. If we don't, the animator must create that asset as a loopable sprite and pass it to the compositor to be joined with the assets that we already have. The same process will be true for the background artist as well. Post-production does its usual thing after the composite, but I won't be spending any time explaining that in this video. Megan in Vegas would feature what we're calling cinematic close-ups. We will almost always need to make a new one each time it happens, but the frequency at which this effect is used should be sparing. Think of how the highly detailed cutaways found in SpongeBob were used. It should be an accent.
Does this look unsure to you?
No.
Good.
There will almost always be a need for new animation assets of various types after every episode, but because we are recycling actions, the further into Megan in Vegas we go, the more time we can spend on weird proprietary things, nifty fighting moves or whatever. In classic game animation, the same sprites are often used to perform all sorts of different actions. Since their resolution is so ambiguous, the precise nature of the action is made obvious through context. A punch will also be used as a button press, or to hand off an item, or to point at people, etc. This is part of what we're looking to exploit by recycling as many actions as possible. Another advantage of this system is a high degree of flexibility. If, in the compositing stage, it's decided that the character should move in a direction opposite from what was planned in the animatic, it can just be executed without setting it back for reanimation. In fact, a whole separate story could be told using whatever assets were generated for the original one. So that's pretty much what I've got. If you see a potential problem in this system, or have an idea that could improve it, please let me know.